Well, as of the 28th of October, I've been clean for 3 years. Hi, I'm Nathan, 23 years old, and I was an ice addict. Growing up in my family, I had a mother, father, and a sister. They're a pretty average family. Very supportive the whole time, but they're very strict people, so if you weren't doing things their way, the support would dry up pretty quick. It was a chain of events. First, the girl I was going out with, I worked with, she left me for another bloke, and I subsequently lost my job over that because the manager felt we couldn't work together anymore, decided to sack me. One night, while I was unemployed, I was trying to take my mind off things. I was down at Surfers Paradise and I got attacked. After that, I realised that the people I was hanging out with couldn't really do much to help me in a situation when it came to that. I mean, I was with 3 other people when I got hit and nobody did anything about it. Wasn't sure that I wasn't going to die that night, so coming back from that was a bit traumatising, I'd say, to say the least. So I started hanging out with different blokes, which was more an older crowd, and one night we were just sitting around, they were passing around the pipe, and I didn't really think anything of it. Back then I didn't really know what meth was. The first night we had it, typical, pretty stereotypical actually, the way they passed around, they said, oh no, it's free, you know, it doesn't cost that much. And once I was hooked on it, then all of a sudden it's 150, 200 bucks a pop. Nothing can make you feel as good as meth. I used to say this to people even when I was on it, addicted to it. People would ask me what it was like who were thinking about doing it. And I even knew when I was on it, I said, don't do it because it's too good. I found that the mental health, I think, went first. You genuinely believe that everyone's out to get you, and it takes you a while to realise that that's just you thinking that. So yeah, mentally you go a bit insane pretty quick, but I feel like the physical side of things takes about 6 months, and that's sort of a trap in itself because when I watched my mates who were doing it, they'd been doing it for about 6 months. And so I thought it can't be that bad when I knew nothing about it, but within a couple of months, by the time I was already addicted, that's when they started getting really weak from it. And within another 6 months, I was the same. I was just in a lot of pain internally, like my liver was playing up, my kidneys were playing up. It was hard getting out of bed every morning. I used to have to keep the pipe in the bed with me because if I didn't have it sitting close by, I wouldn't be able to get out of the bed for up to days at some point. So I just have it sitting there next to me so I could just pretty much turn it over and light it, and that'd be the first thing I do every morning to get out of bed. And you're so delusional, which comes back to the mental side of things. I mean, I'd be having a shower and my hair's falling out, and I'd genuinely be wondering why that's happening, and my thought would never be that it's the ice. Well, I didn't speak to my family for a few years during that period. Once I became an addict, they didn't really want to talk to me. A lot of my mates, people I'd known for 10 years, like, I still don't even talk to some of them today because they want nothing to do with me over what had happened. It was pretty terrifying having that much money lying around, not knowing what to do with it, because I was sitting there thinking, I want to buy a house one day, and I realise I'm wasting my time with this because I can't just walk into a bank and give them 100 grand and say I want a house. I need to explain how I got that money. 19-year-old doesn't just walk in with 100 grand cash and got it legit, so. The night before I got raided, I was getting death threats from somebody because I couldn't sell and didn't want to sell any more meth than I already was. And this bloke actually sent me a text saying that he basically needs to pay his rent. I need to sell some meth for him. Yeah, when I was raided, they saw the text and that sort of saved me from it because they protected me then. So yeah, I was pretty relieved really to see a way out because I wasn't strong enough to do it on my own. My family's taken me back straight away. Like, since I got busted, they were instantly by my side, like with court and that. They were just happy to see me get caught, in a sense. It's been 3 years now since October that I've been clean, since the last time I've done drugs. Yeah, in that time it's just been a lot of volunteer work, and I've been trying to work towards my own career for the first time in my life. So finally, as of this year, started getting my own business up and running. So I'm moving in the right direction now. It's not something you should even think about trying because it's just not something that's you do for fun. It's a lifestyle change. You'll instantly be controlled by the drug after that. You'll just be chasing it all the time. It's not as easy as people who've never tried it think, but it's also not as hard as the addicts think to get off it.